So we want to look at this spiral, and we start with a triangle, an isosceles triangle. The two legs are 1 unit, and we want to find the hypotenuse, and we have Pythagorean Theorem. We can do that. Each of the legs is A and B, and then we have the hypotenuse is C. So if I fill in 1 squared plus 1 squared for the legs is going to equal the C squared, hypotenuse squared. And 1 squared is just 1. So we know that C squared is 2, meaning that C, the hypotenuse, has a length of square root of 2. Now we can substitute that in. We know that length now, and we add the next triangle. So one of the legs of the second triangle is just the hypotenuse of the first triangle. But we use the Pythagorean theorem the same way. We know that the legs are square root of 2, so we square each of those. That's 2 plus 2. We find out that C squared is 4, so C is the square root of 4, which is 2. And now we know the hypotenuse of the second triangle. So we do that again with the third one. The legs of these are just the same as the hypotenuse of the previous triangle. So we walk through the Pythagorean theorem again, same way, and we find the hypotenuse there. And again, we find that hypotenuse. And again, one more time. And finally, we know that the hypotenuse of the last triangle was 8 times the square root of 2. So I wanted to look at some patterns here. Do you see any patterns? Let's look at the hypotenuses. So the hypotenuse of the first triangle is square root of 2. The hypotenuse of the second one is just 2. Then the hypotenuse is 2 times the square root of 2. And then the hypotenuse here is 4. And then the next one is 4 times the square root of 2. And then 8. And then 8 times the square root of 2. So what is the pattern going from these like this? Do you see any pattern in this spiral?